Gang in the building, we taking it over.
Feeling like I can't miss, baby.
The coach here, welcoming you to another installment of Madden Ultimate Team. There's been a lot of talk leading up to this matchup, and it's finally here. But can it live up to all the hype?
And off we go from Denver. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. And they're led out by their quarterback, the former Baylor Bear. It's RG3.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of the team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. He brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
That's about as exciting of a one-yard run as you're going to see, finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it.
Here's Johnson again on second down.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
On the return, Johnson.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm time when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book. He's an asset to have in any offense. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
That is caught. It's Chad Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A play fake. Now Cunningham. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The seasoned vet out of Penn State, Cameron Wake, in to drop him.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Moss. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now Cunningham. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th, and the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now Griffin on first down.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Griffin. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one.
Johnson on the return.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Good work there. Hold them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Right side caught by Jackson. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. James, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Edger and James punching it in from a yard away.
And the Broncos post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop it.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brad, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Now a first down throw, Cunningham. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Cunningham.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Cunningham looking to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing third down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Edgerrin James with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive in 4 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory.
Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Randall Cunningham
Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Things, unfortunately, continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Out to the flat here for Johnson.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Griffin.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. Looking for his big receiver, Marshall. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Brandon Marshall, 60 yards.
And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played.
Fields it right around the goal line. The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
On 1st and 10, Cunningham. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Cunningham's throw taken in by Moore.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards.
So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Off play action, it's Cunningham. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still.
A happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime and getting back into the action.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Out comes Randy Moss and company as they take the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the DB to stay with it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with. Defensive lineman is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
As that sets him up for third down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put it.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Randall Cunningham, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So the drive ends up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of play. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
That's caught by Jackson, and he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That would go for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Fouled it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Murray the lone setback. Here's Cunningham. Caught by Gates, left side. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now Cunningham. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown Broncos. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far. And that's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah.
Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Griffin. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
3rd and long. It's Griffin. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, where they bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice for such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like that credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Tucker now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
And now here comes Kansas City.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming.